James Harden has potentially destroyed his chances of being traded this offseason. What's up, you guys? I'm Matt with Hoopsology. Thanks for tuning in to the video. Be sure to like, comment, share. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Without a doubt, you have seen this by now. Was reported on yesterday. James Harden in front of a group in China, interestingly enough, quote, "Daryl Morey is a liar and I will never be a part of an organization that he's a part of." Let me say that again. Daryl Morey is a liar and I will never be a part of an organization that he's part of, end quote. So James Harden not holding back any feelings there, and we can assume this is likely due to the Sixers announcing that they have stopped all trade discussions for James Harden at this point in time. Interesting, for one thing, that this happened in China, a country that since the pandemic hit, really, several years ago, when Daryl Morey made comments about China's relationship with, I believe it was Hong Kong at the time, a country that has not had a great relationship with Daryl Morey. There's been a lot of fallout from that. Interestingly enough, also, as you know, a country that has been big Houston Rockets fans because of them drafting Yao Ming and the success that he had on that franchise. So I do think that element is interesting and somewhat underlooked here. Harden felt safe saying this in front of this crowd. But I do think it's sad in a way also that this bridge is burned between Daryl Morey and James Harden. Things can change, but at least at the moment, it seems that way. Seeing as how Morey constructed a roster around James Harden, Morey helped. Now, of course, you got to credit James Harden for the work that he put in and his incredible talent, especially on the offensive side on the ball. But Morey pulled for James Harden for a long time and kind of built that team that he could thrive on, and really kind of loved James Harden as a money ball piece. I mean, from outside looking in, seemed that way. Just loved the analytics on James Harden, the field goal percentage combined with the free throw rate at the time, and things of that nature, the playmaking ability, all those things. So it's a little bit sad that bridge is now burned between those two. But looking at this from James Harden's point of view, it's understandable that things are said in meetings, things are said behind closed doors. And if he was expecting to get traded this offseason, or some speculating also, maybe a max extension with Philadelphia, and neither of those things happened, understandable to be upset. But I don't understand from a strategy point of view what this does in terms of raising or helping fostering a trade at this point. When you say that trade talks are off for the time being, that increases your value. That if you're a team that's interested in getting James Harden right now, you're thinking to yourself, oh, well, they closed the book on trading for James Harden. I'm really going to have to come in hard if I want to get their attention and force a deal through. So Daryl Morey has always been pretty ruthless in these trade considerations. And I predicted on the show, I've been saying for about a month now, my prediction was that James Harden would be disgruntled and be traded at the trade deadline during the NBA season, or right around that time period, maybe just before the All-Star break, if it doesn't go all the way to the deadline. And I think what you have now is a situation where Harden has tanked his trade value even further by saying this. I don't know that he had massive trade value to begin with, given that he's in his mid-30s now, but still has utility on a roster as a second, potentially third option now at this point in his career. But by saying this, very unlikely that teams are going to be more interested by this. I mean, they're going to know that James Harden wants out. They now know this is a chaotic situation in Philadelphia, if you couldn't already see that. And there's just really no incentive to get max value. Daryl Morey has something, I'm sure, in mind that he wants to get for James Harden, and I don't see him likely to budge on that. And we've seen him in the past have that staring contest with Ben Simmons for a long, long time that helped facilitate, ironically, him getting James Harden to Philadelphia. So if you're getting in a staring contest, Daryl Morey is not the guy to mess with as far as that goes. And that's why I feel pretty confident that he may be keen to just let Maxey shine in James Harden's place if James Harden is going to hold out and not play for the time being. I don't see a huge rush now. I see maybe even less of a rush to get James Harden traded, because now you have to take some time to allow the dust to settle, allow the chaos to settle, and let his trade value build once again. And I think that point in time may not come until we are well into the regular season. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think James Harden is going to be traded this offseason? In my opinion, right now, no, I don't think so. Curious to know your thoughts. Thank you guys, as always, for your support. Matt with Hoopsology. Take care and peace out.